Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Christy, spelled with an E, and this is Lucky, spelled with an L-U-C-K-Y. Yes, I can spell, woo! I'm so awesome. I hope everyone is having a great Sunday. I just thought it would be fun today to share with you some more Christie-isms or things that make me, me. And before we get started, any noise that you hear, weird noises, that's this bench. It's old, so it makes noise because it's not completely sturdy. I don't know, maybe I need to fiddle with it and tighten things up. I'm not that great with tools. I'm not allowed to touch power tools. That's a completely different story for another time. One of the things that I do is with volume on the TV or in the car when I'm listening to music. My volume always has to be set at an odd number. Yes, that is my ear. Hello. He must have all the attention. He gets very jealous. But I always set them at an odd number. That's just what I do. I don't know why. I'm not fond of even numbers for some reason. My favorite numbers are 7, 9, and 13. I have a necklace made out of, they're these round metal discs. I think they were for machinery or something. They have numbers stamped on them. One is a 7, the other one is a 13. And the looks I get from people when whichever number is showing, because they're, one on each side, so it flips. They'll see the number 7 and be like, oh, I like that number. And I'll be like, oh, me too. And I'll flip it around and the 13 will pop up like, oh, I don't like that number. They're just numbers. That's all they are. I guess I petted him a little too aggressively. Is that what it is, Lucky? Another thing I do is I have to point when I'm talking directions because I will say right and mean left. So I always have to point while I say it and make sure that I'm pointing, because I'll point the right way. I might say the wrong one, but I'll be pointing right. So I'll be like, oh, we need to turn left. I mean right, turn right. I don't know why. Maybe my brain is mixed up because I'm also left-handed. So, if you're left-handed, you're in your right brain. And if you're right-handed, you're in your left brain. I'm left-handed, but I'm right eye dominant. I found that out when I was younger. And I could not hit the broadside of a barn with the shotgun. We used to, target practice out in the yard when I was growing up. And I was a horrible shot. Come to find out, I was shooting improperly. I was shooting with my left hand when I should have been shooting right-handed because my right eye is dominant. So I closed my left eye. Yeah, the things you learn when you grow up. I'm a much better shot now. Don't do as much target practicing as I would like to. Maybe I'll get back into that one day. Who knows? You never know what will happen. He must get pets and love. A thing about Lucky here, I call him my bongo kitty because he's like a dog. He thinks he's a dog. Bongo kitty. Usually if I stop, he'll turn around and look at me like, hey mom, keep going. Why'd you stop? Because he loves it. That time he jumped. Probably because my lap right now is very small and he can't move around as much. He doesn't like that I've lost so much weight and therefore his lap has shrunk quite a bit. And his hair. Get his hair all over me. He sheds crazy. So being that it is fall, it now gets dark at 5 o'clock. Hello, darkness, my old friend. You are now here at 5 p.m. It's my favorite time of year. I love when it gets dark. I don't know why, but I get energized in the dark. I get more creative. I tend to stay up. Not as late when it's dark is when it's lighter out longer, because I enjoy staying up and I feel I get more creative when it's dark for some reason. I'm not sure what that has to do with anything. That's just how my weird brain here works. I've tried to figure out how my brain works, but unless I unzip my head and pop it out, I don't think there's any other way to figure out how it works. And that's not something I'm really wanting to do. Of course, if I took my brain out to look at it, I wouldn't be able to understand anything because it would be in my hand instead of my head. Hopefully the zombies will, come after me, because if they didn't, that would mean I didn't have a brain. And, zombies are all about brains. At least that's what they tell us in the movies. I don't know. I've never met an actual zombie before. First time for everything. I'll let you know when it happens, though. Another weird thing about me, and this one is more about when I was younger. I'm not as inclined to do this anymore. But when I was younger, I would always take a dare. Always. If someone dared me to do something, as it was like a matter of pride, I had to do the dare. And my friend Carrie and I, one time, we were playing Truth or Dare. I lived on 4 Mile off of Plainfield in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So most of you have no idea where that is. But anyways, we were playing Truth or Dare, and she dared me to take my shirt off and wave it over my head out in the street. And I said, okay. So I go out to the street, and I'm just standing there. And she goes, hello, are you going to do the dare? And I said, don't you want me to wait for a car? She was like, oh, yeah. When a car comes, then do it. I said, all right. So saw headlights coming, took my shirt off, woo, It was funny. We all laughed and went back and had popcorn or something, who knows. Don't eat popcorn anymore. Skip ahead a few years. I'm hanging out with a group of friends that I had not known that long. I called them Nerds on Wheels because they played D&D and rode motorcycles. So, Nerds on Wheels. And one of them, his name was Larry, he was telling us a funny story about driving home with his parents one night when some maniac girl on the side of the road was waving her shirt around her head. And I start laughing. And he's like, why is that so funny? I'm like, that was me. I was like, that was on 4 Mile, right? He said, yeah. I was like, yeah. That was me. I will always admit to my shenanigans. Always intend your puns and always admit to your shenanigans. You never know when you might have somebody else who enjoys shenanigans just as much as you, and you can go out and do some shenaniganing together. I'm always up for shenanigans. I've done the Chinese fire drill at a red light. That's fun. I enjoy that. It's been a couple years since I've done that, but give me the chance and I'll do it again. Just because it's fun. So, another funny thing about me is last spring, I was able to get chickens. I got 10 chicks. I had to call around to different Tractor Supplies to find the breeds that I was looking for because the ones in my area didn't have the right chickens that I wanted. I wanted some Starlight chickens because they lay green eggs, and the Cinnamon Queens because of the brown eggs. I like the rainbow layers, the rainbow eggs. I think they're so pretty. I mean, it's Easter all the time. So we drove over an hour to pick up these 10 chicks. They put them in a little box to bring them home. And I wanted the chicks to feel more at home. So I played them as many chicken songs as I had on my playlist. And I have quite a few chicken songs. I have actually made an entire playlist of chicken songs. Okay, there's only like 5 or 6 songs in my playlist. But still, did you know that Johnny Cash wrote a chicken song? He did. Chicken in Black. It's absolutely hilarious. That one's one of my favorites. Chicken in Black. There's Chicken Attack, Chicken on a Train, Chicken Man. That is... I like chicken songs. What can I say? Even the chicken dance. Although if you go to Russia, it's called the duck dance. They do ducks instead of chickens. But different cultures do different things with the same kind of music sometimes. It's just how it is. I hope you enjoyed all those crazy little things. If you've watched this entire video, give yourself a round of applause. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will catch you all later. Toodles.